Welcome into 5 on your Sideline. I'm Corey Miller, and we've got something for everybody tonight. Some fun high school storylines on the diamond, a tremendous week for soccer in our city, and the latest on those Battlehawks going for a playoff berth. But first, we're heading over to Busch Stadium for Game 2 between the Pirates and the Cardinals. Jake Woodford on the mound. He needed a good outing, and he got one. His defense is a big reason why. This insane double play from Arenado to Goldie first up. That saves a run. This clutch throw from Alec Burleson in right field and tag from Wilson Contreras at the plate. That saves another run. This diving catch from Tyler O'Neill to end the inning in left field, and that saves a run. I think you see a trend here. That's not even all the great plays. I don't have time to show you all of them. Cards got what they needed on offense, 2 RBI knocks from Nolan Gorman and a much-needed RBI single from Wilson Contreras that broke an 0 for 22 for the catcher late on. And the Cardinals shut out Pittsburgh 3-0. And Wilson, he needed that hit tonight.
He's been wanting that. Hopefully it jump starts him because he's a big part of our offense, and this is a guy that cares. He's putting in a lot of work, so to see him come through was good, and hopefully this gets him going.
Great Cross River High School baseball matchup today. Vianney at Edwardsville. Watch this one fly. David Broughton tees off for Vianney. That's gone for a solo shot. Great celebration coming up too. Oh yeah. Later on, Lucas Hubner shoots one the opposite way for Edwardsville, and they would get a lot more hits later on. Tigers defend home turf with a 7-3 win over Vianney. Battle of unbeaten teams on the girls' soccer field. Westminster and John Burroughs. Look at this shot from Alice Crowley. Chip shot from distance, and it finds the back of the net. Great shot. Burroughs goes up 1-0. They'd open it up and win 5-0 over Westminster to stay unbeaten. Here's a cool story. Oakville freshman baseball. 14-year-old Addie Frank on the hill facing the boys, and she can hang. She travels all over the country playing baseball and softball against the best competition. It was her first start for Oakville today. She went 2 1/3 and struck out 2 Eureka Wildcats while allowing 3 runs. Definitely an athlete to keep an eye on. CBC High School is no stranger to creating athletic stars. He is their latest, Nazan Zanatello. Frank Cusimano first brought us his story on Sports Plus. In the 4 days since then, Zanatello has gone 9 for 16 with 3 home runs and 6 stolen bases. Yeah, that's good.
It's a look at 2 men going to work. It's probably happened hundreds of times. The player with a dream and the coach trying to help him achieve it. CBC head coach Mason Horn knows he has something special with Nazan Zanatello.
5 years, I hope I see him on TV.
Zanatello is a 6'3", 190-pound senior shortstop for the Cadets. And the interest in him has been insane. That's an Angel scout on the left standing next to a Cardinal scout. There's the Mariners.
As far as scouts go, it's been just about every organization has either been in his living room, been at our practice, or been at our games.
For a lot of people, it will be a lot of pressure on you. It's a lot of pressure on myself, but I honestly think that pressure is a privilege, because if you have pressure, that means that a lot of great people are expecting great things out of you. So you got to stay poised and just live in the moment.
But the people in the stands who mean the most to him are his mom, Tamika, sister Zari, and dad, Zach.
My mother had a dream whenever she was pregnant with me. Before they even conceived, she had a dream that a tall man with a big smile playing baseball calling her mama. He didn't have a face, but he had a smile. And then as I got closer to being born, she started having that dream more and more. That's pretty unique.
Just like Nazan's athleticism. Can he run? How about a 6'3" time in the 60-yard dash? That's top 1 or 2% of the country, high school and college. Vertical jump, you are looking at a skyrocketing leap of 42 inches. That's really good for an NBA player.
There's no one honestly comparable athletically from a size, strength, explosiveness standpoint. You know, like, he is the best athlete on a baseball field, at least in high school in the country right now.
And then there's the skill set. Power, well, this is a 450-foot home run on Monday against Parkway West. He can pick it up pretty smoothly too. Arm strength, he throws it close to 95 miles per hour from the shortstop position.
He's a true 5-tool guy. He's got all those tools that everybody's looking for.
Plus the character angle. Sometimes 17-year-olds who are off the charts athletically with a phenomenal future can have a pretty arrogant outlook.
He's appreciative, works really hard. He's got a smile on his face all the time. He's just a great guy.
With a sense of loyalty to his parents, who sacrificed much, Tamika works 2 jobs and Zach works overnights to help Nazan's schedule.
Yeah, being able to sign that contract will ultimately just be a dream come true. It'll be a huge blessing, and then just being able to pay my parents back for everything they've done. Like, I wouldn't be able to ever pay them back for everything, but it would mean something more to me to be able to give back to them in some way.
Nazan Zenatello, he could be coming to a major league stadium near you.
Well, if there's a Battlehawks game to go to this year, it is this Sunday's. If they can beat Seattle, they're going to the playoffs. If they can't, things get a bit more complicated heading into the final week. I say just win, make it easy for all of us. Last week, the Battlehawks had to rely on backup quarterback Nick Tiano to take the reins, but now he's on the IR with a foot injury. A.J. McCarron is still considered day-to-day with a shoulder injury, and the team is banged up at other positions as well. They know what this week means, and they'll be using every guy they have to get over that finish line.
Our scenario is very simple. We win and we're in the playoffs, all right? We secure and clinch our position. So this is a championship game for us. For me right now, it's just more about where we are, the health of our guys, and getting them to game day so we feel good enough about who's out there and the depth behind them.
Coming up, it was quite the week for soccer in St. Louis, and Team USA made it extra special for one of our town's all-time best. Stick around. St. Louis is soccer crazy, and not just for City SC. The United States women's national team came to town this week, and like St. Louis always does, the fans showed up. USA beat Ireland 1-0 and created an incredibly special moment for one of our town's all-time greats. When your arrival into town makes you look like the Beatles, you know you're a big deal. And it was the U.S. women's national team's week here in St. Louis. From that touchdown at the airport to the game against Ireland at City Park, St. Louis certainly made an impression on some of the biggest names in soccer.
It's beautiful. Love playing in a new stadium.
It may have just been a tune-up for the defending World Cup champs before they try to win their third straight, but the sold-out crowd didn't treat it like that. A packed house with a large contingent made up of young girls who have big soccer dreams of their own. And those girls got to see their hometown hero celebrated for her own greatness. Ladou's Becky Sauerbrunn is a U.S. captain and two-time World Cup champ. But I bet Tuesday is right up there among the greatest moments in her career. The 37-year-old celebrated her 200th international cap in front of her friends, family, and city.
The plan was for her not to play the second game. We instrumented something because a legend like Becky deserves that.
And when it comes to Sauerbrunn, it's all about leaving something behind for the next generation.
This is what I hope has happened. I would be most proud if I have inspired other young people to play soccer or to be in love with soccer, to watch soccer, and to also be inspired by the things that we have fought for off the field as well, you know, like pay equity and those sorts of things. So I would be really proud if I have helped people along the way to enjoy the game, but also to fight for things that they believe in.
This 5 on Your Side St. Louis City SC coverage is sponsored by Together Credit Union.
City Park will host its main tenants again tomorrow night with City SC welcoming in Cincinnati FC. This was almost a matchup of the team on top of the East and the team on top of the West, but City fell to second place after a loss in Seattle last week. The team is happy to be back in friendlier confines and hope the home crowd can help them out in a huge matchup.
It's a unique experience so far where I've experienced that, you know, the fans don't sit down, right? So this is one that's totally unique, and yeah, visiting City Park should mean something, right? For us, it should also mean something from an energy perspective and from a motivation perspective.
It's coming off 2 losses, and then it's just being able to beat one of the best teams right now in the league. And like I said, my former team, you know, I wanna beat those guys. I wanna beat them pretty bad.
It's never too early to start thinking about college football. The folks in Columbia sure are. Spring camp shook the rust off, and now we're just a summer away from a pivotal season for Eli Drinkwitz and the Tigers. We talk about Luther Burden quite a bit, and we'll be talking about him even more this fall. Luther has moved to the slot in the Mizzou offense and could be seeing a lot more balls coming his way. But who will be throwing them? It's still TBD between Brady Cook, Sam Horn, and Miami transfer Jake Garcia, and Drinkwitz isn't tipping his hand just yet.
No, Luther had a really good spring. Obviously, we're always working to improve. We're never satisfied with where we're at, but we've really been impressed with his moving to the slot receiver and feel like he'll have a lot of success there. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great opportunity for all of us to continue to work every day to improve, and I'm not going to give out too much information. I like to keep a little suspense.
Man, am I excited for Sunday night. Frank Cusimano sat down with basketball legend Bill Walton this week for half an hour. And as you might expect, he got some stories. Walton is Frank's guest on Sports Plus Sunday night. You can watch at 10:30 right after the news. That will do it for our show tonight. I am Corey Miller, and we're going to leave you with some highlights from the Cardinals game and that dazzling defense tonight at Busch Stadium.
Line drive and knocked down Edmonds. Scrambles to his feet. Long throw. Leathered larceny for out number one.
That's the pitch he needs right there.
Little chopper. One there. Throw to first. Did Goldie hold the bag? Yeah, he did. An amazing play on both. And a shot to right. There is the base hit. Burleson gets a big hop.